Greetings, this is Andrew Baker from Brainwave Consulting Company. Speaking to business owners, particularly small business owners, this stuff applies across the board, but as a small business, you probably don't have the kinds of resources or access to them to understand all of these things or to be aware of them. And as we learned way back when with G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle. So what do you need to look forward to in 2021 as it pertains to cybersecurity? What kind of tools and technology should you be focused on? Well, I'm going to tell you that there are a lot of categories out there. There are a lot of things you're going to hear, a lot of buzzwords, and you definitely need to have preventative technologies. You need to have a good next generation firewall. You absolutely need to have good endpoint protection, anti-malware, antivirus, that sort of thing. But the two areas that any small business in particular needs to be concerned about is visibility and backups. We'll tackle backups in another segment, but visibility is very, very, very important. It's vital. And it encompasses two things. You need to have tools that are tracking your environment. Protection is good. Protection is essential. But if you've been listening to the news recently and you heard about the SolarWinds breach, go look it up. If you're not familiar with it, go look it up. Look at a couple of articles that give you a summary. At the end of the day, someone who's determined to get into your environment and has the resources, the finances, the manpower, will get in. Granted, we're going to, it's like if someone really wants to steal your car, they'll be able to do that. The reason we put car alarms and all these other things is to deter people who are less motivated. And similarly, you're protecting your environment because not everyone who's going to come across your threshold is going to be a nation state actor or a significantly powerful and resourced assailant, right? Your adversary is not always, a superhero. So instead, what you need to do is you need to protect against the run-of-the-mill folks as well. You need to protect against ransomware and all these other kinds of things that you're going to face. And the reason why visibility is important is because when you have your defenses up, a gap, a mistake, something the vendor didn't account for, a configuration change you made that you didn't realize or understand or served a different purpose, a weakness that is found out after the fact. Those things all happen and can be exploited, and the timing might not work in your favor, in which case you will have an environment that gets breached or attacked or nearly breached, right? Having tools that give you visibility give you another way of looking at your environment, of noticing that things are going on correctly or not correctly. It's important. It also helps that if there's a breach, you will be able to determine exactly what did happen, right? Monitoring and visibility is not something you can throw up after the fact. If someone has gotten into your environment and you didn't have security cameras up, then you can buy all the security cameras you want today, but it's not going to tell you what happened yesterday. Likewise, you need to have good monitoring in an environment and preferably having someone paying attention to it. But even without the, steady attention, having tools that are logging and tracking give you extra opportunity to understand the scope of potential breaches or attacks or imminent attacks, right? And that's important. So make sure visibility is key. If you got to put any money into anything or put time and effort into it, visibility is what you want to focus on. Okay? Thank you.